Hello, and today I'm going to read a chapter from Coraline by Neil Gaiman. This is by Neil Gaiman. It's illustrated by David McCannell or McKean. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's right there. This is I have seen the movie. I haven't read the book, and I'm super excited to read the book. So let us start. We're gonna start with the first chapter. 1. Coraline discovered that door a little while after they moved into the house. It was a very old house. It had an attic under the roof and a cellar under the ground, and an overgrown garden with huge old trees in it. Coraline's family didn't own all of the house. It was too big for that. Instead, they owned part of it. There were 3 other people who lived in the old house. Mrs. Spinks and Miss Forcible lived in the flat below Coraline's on the ground floor. They were both old and round, and they lived in their flat with a number of aging Highland terriers, who had named their Hamish and Andrew and Jock. Once upon a time, Miss Spinks and Miss Forcible had been actresses, as Miss Spinks told Coraline the first time she met her. "You see, Caroline," Miss Spinks said, getting Coraline's name wrong, "both myself and Miss Forcible were famous actresses in our time. We trod the boards, Levy. Oh, don't let Hamish eat the fruit cake, or he'll be up all night with his tummy." "It's Coraline, not Caroline. Coraline," Coraline said Coraline. In a flat above Coraline's under the roof was a crazy old man with a big mustache. He told Coraline that he was training a mouse circus. He wouldn't let anyone see it. "One day, little Caroline, when you're there already, everyone in the whole world will see the wonders of my mouse circus. You ask me why you cannot see it now. It is what you ask me." "No," said Coraline quickly. "I asked you not to call me Caroline. It's Coraline." "The reason you cannot see the mouse circus," said the man upstairs, "is that the mice are not ready and rehearsed. Also, they refuse to play songs I have written for them. All the songs I have written for the mice to play is oofa, oofa. The white mice will only play toodle, like that. I'm thinking of trying them on different types of cheeses." Coraline didn't think there was a mouse circus. She thought the old man was probably making it up. The day after they moved in, Coraline went exploring. She explored the garden. It was a big garden at the very back of the old tennis court. No one in the house played tennis, and the fence around the courts had holes in it, and the nets had mostly rotted away. There was an old rose garden filled with stunned, fly-blown rose bushes. There was a rockery that was all rocks. There was a fairy ring made of squishy brown toadstones, which smelled dreadful if you accidentally trod on them. There was also a well. On the first day, Coraline's family moved in. Miss Spinks and Miss Forcible made a point of telling Coraline how dangerous the well was, and they warned her to be sure she kept away from it. So Coraline set off to explore for it, so that she knew where it was, to keep away from it properly. She found it on the 3rd day in an overgrown meadow beside the tennis court, behind a clump of trees, a low brick circle almost hidden in the high grass. The well had been covered up by wooden boards to stop anyone falling in. There was a small knothole in one of the boards, and Coraline spent the afternoon dropping pebbles and acorns through the hole and waiting and counting until she heard the plop as it hit the water far below. Coraline also explored for animals. She found a hedgehog and a snake skin, but no snake, and a rock that looked just like a frog, and a toad that looked just like a rock. There was also a haunted black cat who sat on the walls and priest stones, and watched her but slipped away if ever she went over to try to play with it. That was how she spent her first 2 weeks in the house, exploring the garden and the grounds. Her mother made her come back inside for dinner and for lunch, and Coraline had to make sure she dressed up warm before she went out. Boy, it was a very cold summer that year, but go out she did, exploring every day until the day it rained, when Coraline had to stay inside. What should I do? Coraline asked. Read a book. That's what I needed to know, asked her mother. Watch a video. Play with your toys. Go and pester Mrs. Spinks and Mrs. Forceful or Miss Forceful, or the crazy old man upstairs. No, said Coraline. I don't want to do any of those things. I want to explore. Well, I don't really mind the way you do, said Coraline's mother, as long as you don't make a mess. Coraline went over the window and watched the rain come down. It wasn't the kind of rain you could go out in. It was the other kind, the kind that threw itself down from the sky and splashed where it landed. It was the rain that meant business. And Coralina's business was turning the garden into a muddy, very wet soup. Coraline had watched all the videos. She was bored with her toys, and she read all her books. She turned on the television. She went from channel to channel to channel. There was nothing on but men in suits talking about stock market and talk shows. Eventually, she found something to watch. It was the last half of the National History program. She called about something called protective coloration. She watched animals, birds, and insects which disguised themselves. Nope, you can't play with that. It's a book. I'm gonna take it all over here. Come on. Push it. No. No. Shit. Come on. No. No. You want to play with this guy? Here you go. You can take this guy. Yeah, you can take this guy.